Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to pull out the key insights from important sources so you get informed fast. Today, we're looking at Wayfair's third quarter 2025 earnings release, specifically the prepared remarks from their CEO and, crucially, their CTO.
Yeah, this one's really interesting. It's kind of a two-part story. First, they absolutely smashed their profitability goals, hit historical highs, actually. And second, they managed this while the whole home goods sector was, well, the CEO called it stubbornly sluggish.
Right.
And the engine behind it, a huge, very sudden pivot into generative AI. It really feels like a potential blueprint for how retail is changing.
That's exactly it. The surprise isn't just that they navigated Q3 well, it's that they actually accelerated their market share gains, even with the market being so down. So we're going to unpack those Q3 numbers first, and then really get into the details of their three big strategic pillars for this massive AI push.
Okay, let's start with those Q3 vitals. Because the performance, it wasn't just okay, it was genuinely impressive given the context.
Totally. Revenue growth was 9% year over year. And importantly, that's excluding Germany, where they pulled back. So the core markets are really humming. But the number that really jumped out at me was the profitability. Adjusted EBITDA up over 70% year over year.
70%, yeah. And that adjusted EBITDA margin, which, for you listening, that's basically their core operating profit before things like interest and taxes. It hit 6.7%.
Wow.
That's the highest they've ever managed outside of that, really weird pandemic period. They got there through really strong contribution margin and just incredible discipline on fixed costs.
And what makes this so fascinating, like you said, is the context. The market around them is still, well, it's cold.
Yeah, very cold.
The CEO, Niraj Shah, he pointed out that existing home sales are still bumping along multi-decade lows. It's been like that since late 2022. They're very clear. Their growth is coming from Wayfair-specific things, structural changes. They're not banking on a housing market recovery.
Yeah, calling it structural share capture is pretty bold. But some of the underlying numbers do seem to back that up. Like orders grew over 5% year over year. And active customers that actually grew sequentially, first time since 2023. So they're not just treading water. It looks like they are genuinely pulling customers in, maybe from competitors.
And even the broader category, while still depressed, is showing maybe tiny glimmers of hope. It's moved past those scary double-digit declines we saw for years.
Right. Started 2025 down low single digits, and apparently it's been kind of inching closer to flat through the year.
So there's momentum. They said Q3 had the best sequential growth for a third quarter they'd seen since 2019.
Also worth noting, average order value, the AOV, was up about 2%.
Okay.
But interestingly, it wasn't really inflation driving that. It was almost all down to mix shift.
Ah, so people buying more expensive things.
Exactly. There are higher-end brands and also their B2B business that are really outperforming the main Wayfair site. Suggests those investments in more specialized areas are starting to work.
Okay, so it sounds like this structural share capture relies heavily on executing new programs well. They mentioned Wayfair Rewards, their loyalty thing, Wayfair Verified, which is like an editorial program, and their physical stores, too.
Yeah.
But how did they suddenly get the firepower, the engineering resources to launch and scale all that at once?
That's the million-dollar question, and
Okay.
it's probably the core insight here. The capacity jump, it comes from finally finishing this huge multi-year replatforming project.
Replatforming, that was the move from their own data centers to the cloud, right?
Exactly. Migrating their whole tech stack. It sounds technical, but the benefit is massive, makes them way more agile.
So like less clunky infrastructure.
Pretty much. Think of it like renovating an old house versus building a new one. Before, adding features was probably slow and complex. Now, with a modern cloud-based setup, they can innovate much, much faster. And crucially, they can tap into all these powerful AI tools like large language models that really only work well on modern architecture.
Ah, so that's why now. That's why 2025 is the year they could pivot so hard into generative AI. The timing was perfect, just as Gen AI exploded.
The CEO basically said as much. The timing couldn't have been better. It set the stage perfectly.
Okay, so this brings us to the CTO's remarks, Fiona Tan. She laid out this really comprehensive AI strategy. It goes way beyond just using algorithms for pricing or ads, which they've done for years.
Yeah, her framing was interesting. She described Wayfair as fundamentally a technology company focused on the customer, and now they're scaling up their existing machine learning strengths with very pragmatic uses of generative and even agentic AI.
Pragmatic. That's a key word. And they gave a really clear structure for you, the listener, to understand their AI investments. 3 main parts.
Exactly. Pillar 1, reinventing the customer journey, making shopping more intuitive, more inspiring.
Okay.
Pillar 2, supercharging operations and teams. Basically, using AI for efficiency and giving AI tools to literally every employee.
Wow, every employee. And pillar 3.
Pillar 3 is powering the platform and ecosystem. This is about being the best partner for their suppliers and making sure their huge catalog works seamlessly with, like, the next generation of AI-powered shopping. Getting ready for what they call agentic commerce.
Agentic AI. Let's clarify that quickly. That's AI that doesn't just answer a question, but can actually do things for you, right? Make decisions, take actions.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty forward-looking, thinking about AI agents that might shop on a customer's behalf someday.
Okay, let's dig into pillar 1, the customer journey. This is where it starts to feel really different. They talked about an AI-powered growth flywheel.
Right. Inspiration, engagement, learning, and personalization. That's the loop.
So, inspiration, how does AI inspire you to buy a sofa?
They launched something called Muse. It's their own AI engine that creates these photorealistic room scenes, and crucially, they're shoppable.
Ah, so you see a cool room and can click on the items.
Exactly. The idea is to grab that customer who isn't quite sure what they want yet. Maybe they clicked an ad, they're browsing, Muse gives them ideas, sparks discovery.
And does it work?
Well, they've put these Muse learnings into a new Discover tab in their app. It's like an endless feed of looks. And they say it's delivering a measurable lift in conversion and how long people stay on the site.
Okay, interesting. What about engagement?
Here, they're using sophisticated LLMs, large language models, to make their on-site search much smarter. It goes beyond just keywords.
So you could type something like, I need a comfy chair for a small, sunny corner.
Yeah, or mid-century modern bookshelf that doesn't look cheap. The AI tries to understand the intent, the vibe, not just the words. They also mention visual search, snap a photo, find similar items, and an AI assistant for quick answers about products.
Got it. And this all feeds into personalization, which sounds like a big focus. You mentioned a detail about interior designers.
Yes, this was fascinating. They actually had their own interior designers train the AI.
Yeah.
The designers annotated tons of style pairings across the catalog, teaching the LLM about nuanced things, what really goes together, what feels right stylistically.
So they basically digitized the designer's taste?
Kind of. They scaled that expert, often unwritten, knowledge into the algorithm. And the result? They claim customers who see these designer-level personalized recommendations are 1/3 more likely to save an item, add it to cart, or actually buy it.
1/3. That is a huge impact.
It really is.
Yeah.
Shows how deep tech investment can directly drive sales when it's done right.
And they're not stopping there. The CTO mentioned they're testing a feature called Complete the Look.
Yeah, this sounds pretty ambitious.
Yeah.
The idea is the AI generates a whole styled room scene, but all the items shown are real products from their catalog that you can buy instantly.
That could be game-changing. Or maybe just a cool gimmick. I mean, generating those scenes accurately and making sure the items are actually in stock and look right together. That sounds incredibly complex.
It does. And expensive to run at scale, you'd think.
Mm.
Is the customer really ready to buy a whole pre-designed room like that? It shifts the whole shopping process.
It's a big bet. But you can see the appeal making interior design instant and accessible.
Okay, let's shift to pillar 2, supercharging operations. This is where the AI pays off in efficiency, right? Hard savings.
Exactly. Less glamorous maybe, but super important for the bottom line. They're using AI to clean up their massive product catalog, improve accuracy, make sure descriptions are complete.
And that actually helps sales.
Apparently, yes. Better information leads to higher add-to-cart rates, less uncertainty for the shopper.
Makes sense.
And they're seeing cost reduction, too, like using AI to automatically find and deal with duplicate product listings. They think that alone will cut the cost of that review process by 3/4.
Wow.
Plus, customer service. Using AI chatbots for the simple stuff, the common questions, but also giving human agents an AI co-pilot.
A co-pilot, what does that do?
It uses something they called patent-pending intent-based routing. Basically, the AI figures out exactly what a complex customer issue is about instantly and routes it to the human agent who's best equipped to handle it. No more getting bounced around, Omar. Ah, okay. Faster resolution, happier customers.
And happier agents, probably.
And you mentioned they gave AI tools to everyone.
Yeah, every employee got a generative AI license. And they're actively encouraging people to experiment. They ran this Gen AI Innovation Challenge, and apparently 9 ideas from non-technical employees are already being implemented.
9 already. That's incredibly fast adoption. Shows real commitment.
Definitely. Okay, finally, Pillar 3, powering the ecosystem and future commerce. This is about scale, partners, and staying ahead.
So helping their suppliers.
Right. They have an AI agent that helps suppliers with service tickets, automatically classifies them, even resolves some common ones without a human needing to step in. Makes Wayfair easier to work with.
And marketing. Using AI there, too.
Oh, yeah. Using LLMs to generate and optimize SEO titles, ad copy for Google Shopping ads, things like that. Partly it's driving more free traffic and making their paid ads work better alongside organic search.
Okay, so this leads to their big picture agentic commerce strategy. You mentioned a dual approach.
Yeah, 2 main parts. First, they see these new AI platforms. Think Google's AI search, OpenAI's ChatGPT, Perplexity as a potential new sales channel.
So not just a place to advertise, but a place to actually sell.
Exactly. They're working to make sure their catalog is deeply integrated and shows up accurately on these platforms. The goal is to make their products transactable right there, wherever the customer starts their shopping journey.
Interesting. Shopping directly within the AI chat. And the second part?
The second part is making sure their own website and app remain the best place to shop for home goods, building competitive moats.
How? What are their advantages?
They believe it comes down to their unique proprietary data, especially that style and taste data we talked about, plus their huge selection, reliable delivery, and trust signals like the Wayfair Verified program.
You know, in home goods, a lot of products can look similar across different retailers. How much of a defense is that proprietary style data against, say, Amazon just trying to copy them?
I think it's potentially huge. Amazon wins on price and logistics, generally. But curation, taste, helping people figure out style, that's historically been harder for them, especially in a category like home. Wayfair is betting that their specialized knowledge, codified by AI, creates an experience that's really hard to replicate quickly. That specialization is the moat.
So the CTO wrapped up by saying customer attention will go to the most trustworthy API, not the loudest ad. That's a strong statement.
It is. It emphasizes their tech focus. They believe these disciplined investments in data and cloud and now AI position them to use Gen AI safely, effectively, and turn their tech background into a real lasting competitive edge.
Okay, so boiling it all down. This quarter seems defined by 2 key things. First, they managed real structural growth and great profitability, even when the market was flat or down.
Right, achieved against the odds.
And second, they didn't waste a second. The moment that big replatforming project was done, they launched this incredibly comprehensive 3-part AI strategy that seems to touch literally every corner of their business.
Exactly. It's a very direct translation of foundational tech work into immediate strategic action.
So for you, the listener, this really serves as a clear roadmap. It shows how a major established retailer is planning to use technology, specifically AI, built on a modern foundation to try and leapfrog competitors as commerce gets more AI-driven.
Which brings us to the final thought. Wayfair is testing that Complete the Look feature the AI generating entire shoppable room designs instantly.
Yeah.
If that actually works, if customers love it and it becomes widely adopted, how fast does the basic expectation for online home shopping change? Do we stop looking for just a chair and start demanding an instant, personalized, fully furnished room plan? That's the big question this test raises for the future of retail.